lifestyle lovers, it's Alyssa Cruz from alyssacruz.com and welcome to another weekly video. This week we're going to discover some ways that you can really figure out your life purpose. You know, what is it? What am I supposed to be doing? And I want to premise this video by saying that there seems to be this narrative that you have to find this one thing in your life that is your purpose, that is your mission, that is your reason for being born onto the planet. And there is a good myth surrounding this, and the myth is that you have to have this one thing. That is what the myth is. And really this comes from a place of really even going back to the Industrial Revolution. I won't bore you with history, but really it was important in those times, in times gone by, that we found our one thing, that we stuck to our lane, because this really helped us to excel, to grow, and survive in the current industry that was available to us. But in these modern times, in this modern era, it is more acceptable and more accessible to be able to explore new options, to be able to do more than just sticking to one thing. And this is a gift that our ancestors didn't have, but it's a gift that we have. Now with this gift comes opportunities and options and choices, and so it's really no wonder that a lot of us are walking around thinking, what's my purpose, what's my purpose, what am I supposed to be doing? Because we're bombarded with things that we could be doing. In times gone by, your neighbors, your community around you would have had similar vocations. In today's society, you could have people that live on a street or a road. You could have 20 houses and everybody has a different job and everybody has a different vision for their life. So this is how diverse we've gotten in terms of what our aspirations, dreams, hopes and goals are. And even if you do know your purpose or purposes, you know, this video may help you to navigate them more easily. And if you don't know what your purpose is, then stick around, because I will be sharing with you 5 tips on how you can really uncover it and how you can roll with it. So let's get straight into it. So tip number 1 is you need to prioritize the quality of your life. This is very simple, and it has to be the foundation and the basis of everything that you're going to build upon. What do I mean by this? You need, for this exercise, a pen and a piece of paper, and I'm just going to walk you through what you need to do because it's the best way to explain this. So you get your piece of paper, you get your pen, and then I want you to write these things on this piece of paper. You're going to write down romance, friendships and family, career, hobbies, health and fitness, spirituality, and anything else that you think is a major aspect of your life. You know, your finances could go on there as well. So you're going to have this list of 6 or 7 things that are really what you see as the kind of cornerstones of what your life is built upon. And now next to each of these words, you are going to write either a number between 1 and 10. 10 means that you feel really satisfied with that area of your life, and 1 means that you have little satisfaction. From this, you're going to be able to see which areas of your life are kind of going okay, in the right direction. Some areas are going to be great, and some areas just need a little bit of TLC. When you do this exercise, the next kind of step within step 1 is to really figure out ways to develop and grow in all of those areas, but especially the areas that you feel are lacking a little bit. Because when you start to really develop and invest in your own growth, personal transformation takes place. There is nowhere else for you to go other than to grow, other than to feel more purpose, other than to feel more of a life that is full of purpose. And you may also inspire other people to do the same. So step 1 is going to be great for you, but also for the people that you love and the people that are around you. So now we move into step number 2, and this is a really important step. You must now begin to follow your interests, flow with your interests. You may have an interest that you really don't even see as a hobby right now. What is it you like to do after a day at work? How do you like to unwind? Do you like to look at fashion photos on, social media? Do you love photography and finding the beauty in the world? Do you love to write stories, a journal? Do you love to sing? Do you love to dance? Do you love to mess around with gadgets and tech? You know, we all have different personalities and different interests, and the real reason that we have those, I believe, is that is a real big indicator of what our life purpose should be. For someone, standing up on a stage and singing will fill their hearts with dread, but for somebody else, that's going to be like something they really only dream about. So we don't all have the same interests, in other words, and the reason for that, like we said, is because we don't all have the same purpose or purposes or mini missions, if you want to call them that. So please flow with your interests. Once you begin to start flowing with them rather than fighting against them or not spending time, dedicating yourself to them, once you start to really embrace them and explore them, you may find that people and opportunities come up, and more ways for you to explore these interests will become apparent. It's your interests that are the basis of your purpose. So you mustn't shy away from them. You mustn't kind of block them out. You must roll with them and see where they lead you, because if you don't try, you'll never know. So step number 3 is to go from one thing to another. I don't know if you guys have heard the saying, but the saying goes something like, jack of all trades, master at none. This is a saying that is often frowned upon. Again, in times gone by, it's always been this thought process that if you jump from one thing to another, you're not dedicated, you're not committed. However, I really think that this has changed in today's world and today's society. If you ask anybody who's successful in whatever way you deem success, who's happy basically in what they are doing with their life, they will all tell you that they had to try a number of things before they found the thing that really stuck. You have to be open to going from one thing to another. You have to be open to trying and failing and trying and failing and trying again, and something doesn't work and you try something else. It does almost feel like this jigsaw puzzle that you're trying to put together. You don't know where all the pieces fit yet, but you've got to try them out first, right? Because if you don't do that, like any puzzle, like any quiz in life, if you don't just get stuck in, roll your sleeves up and just have a go, then you're never going to know. So this tip is really just go from one thing to another, find something that sticks, and then when it does, oh my goodness, your life will just change. Step number 4 on the subject of change is to embrace change. There are a lot of us on this world that love change and love the kind of uncertainty of life, and there are others of us that really don't like it. But change is so inevitable. Our bodies change, our minds change, our ideas change, we grow in wisdom, we develop in so many ways in life, and it's really about embracing that and allowing yourself to question really what you think about yourself as well. You may have had something that you disliked years ago. You may have disliked gadgets. You may have disliked singing in front of a group of people. You may have disliked art in school. But that doesn't mean that you're still going to dislike it. We try things once, sometimes we don't like them, or sometimes we don't even try them. We just get an idea in our head that we don't like it, and therefore we never go for it. The same with food. I always thought I hated olives, so I never even went near them. But then when I tried one, I was like, oh, I like it. And we can really apply that to our lives. If you don't try, you don't know if you're going to like it. You might try it and hate it, but then again, you might try it and love it. So just be open to changing your own mind about the things that you think that you like and dislike. Be open to that changing, and with that change comes massive growth, and your life purpose can unfold in really mysterious ways if you try and develop it and grow with it through the subject of change. The final tip number 5, if you have dedicated time to your quality of life in step 1, and then in step 2 you really flowed with your interests, you've explored them all, you've really embraced change, you've really hopped from one thing to the next, and you still don't know what you're supposed to do, and you're like, help me, somebody. Just know that for a lot of people, this epiphany of their life purpose doesn't always occur when the clouds open up and this light comes down and you have this awakening on, oh my goodness, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. It doesn't always happen that way. For some people it may well do, but for others of us, we find our true purpose when we just serve others, put our own stuff to the side, and just ask people, like, how can I help you? What can I do to aid you? What can I do to make you feel good? What can I do to help you on your purpose? That is a major one as well. Helping other people find their purpose is often what helps you find your purpose. So that's another tip to take away. Really, when we help other people shine their light, it is in those moments that we have our own light bulb moments. When we help people and give them a leg up, we often have the most deep and meaningful inner transformations of our own. When we focus on service, we're not focusing on the me. And the me, it can often have this egotistical thing where it's so worried and caught up in, how will I come across? How will I look? How will I sound? Will it work out? Don't know what I'm doing. But when you don't focus on the me, when we focus on when we focus on this life being interdependent and collaboration, then the ego doesn't have room in there, and it just allows our own minds and our own growth to really unfold in this very natural, organic and beautiful way. And you could be living your purpose for 5 years and then you realize that you're already living it, but it's only in hindsight, when you get to some kind of point in your life and you look back on where you've been and where your journey's taken you, that you're like, I've been living my purpose all along. And I really believe that when we help each other, when we reach out to each other, that is purpose. That is meaning. That is the mission. That should be everybody's global mission. So if you do try those other steps and they're not working for you, just reach out and help someone. Ask somebody today, someone in your community, a charity, a friend, a family member, whoever it may be, somebody online. Go for it, do it, and I promise you that you'll start to feel like you're living with purpose again. You'll start to feel as though the purpose is oozing through you because you have a reason for being. You are helping somebody else, and that is a massive reason for just being. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that this video has served you in some ways. Let me know in the comments down below of any other tips you have about how to figure out your life purpose, and please let me know when you try some of these things out what you find. I always love to hear from you guys about how you're developing, growing through these videos. So until we speak again with our next motivational video, I'm wishing you lots of love and joy and happiness, and be sure to like, subscribe and share this channel if you found this information interesting. I'll speak to you guys really soon. Lots of love, Alyssa.